I figured out how Avengers Doomsday ends, the final shot of the film, and I'm going to tell you right now. Spoiler warning, because I think I'm right. I don't know I'm right, but I've done some investigating, and I am like 99.9% certain that I figured out the ending to Doomsday, okay? So, look, it's no secret that I am a huge fan of John Campea, right? The John Campea show. I love him and Rob. They mentioned me on their show a few times, like a week or two ago, which was a super cool, just absolute honor. They've inspired me so much, so it was really neat. Now, anyway, Rob and John, they have both revealed that their inside sources have told them the plot of Avengers Doomsday from beginning to end. They know how this movie ends. They have cross-referenced notes from various sources and everything lined up. So they are certain they know the plot of the film, but they aren't telling anybody. So I want to be super clear. I'm a fan of John Campea and Robert Meyer Burnett and their show. I watch their show, but I do not know them personally. I do not talk to them, and they would never tell me what they know. But I watch the show every day, and from the brief here and there info that John has given on his show about what he knows about the plot of Doomsday, I think I know. I have pieced together how the movie ends. So let's watch this clip, and then we'll talk about it on the other side.
You don't have to say what you've heard about Doomsday, and we won't. But from what you've heard, has it changed your opinions on whether or not Doom is or isn't a Tony variant? Can't really answer that.
No, because he's just asking if it's changed my opinion.
Oh, okay.
And my opinion has always been he could be, he might not be.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to answer that. It hasn't. Okay, I will say this. My whole opinion about whether Doom is a Tony variant or not has been, I'm not really sure. It's 50-50.
Yeah.
I'm going to say my opinion on that has not changed. That's the one nugget you'll get from me. My opinion on that has not changed.
Okay, so John's opinion has always been that there's a 50-50 chance that Doom and Tony are variants, and that now, knowing the entire plot of the film, he says that his opinion on that has not changed. Meaning that now knowing the entire plot of the film, he is still unsure if Doom and Tony are variants. Now, why would that be? If this guy that looks like Tony is prancing around in Doomsday, surely that would come up, right? Well, there was another moment during one of John's shows where John was asked about the future trailers for Doomsday and the character teasers that we've been getting, and essentially if there would be a Doom one, to which John said there totally could be a Doom one, but that he doesn't know that because he's not in the know on the marketing plan for Doomsday. But that he does, like, he's certain, so am I, not knowing anything, I'm just certain of the fact that Doom will totally be in the main trailers for Avengers Doomsday because, I mean, he's the villain of the movie, etc. So, of course, Doom will be in the trailers. I'm sure of that. You're sure of that. John says he's sure of that. Not based on because he knows the plot of the film. Well, maybe partially because now he knows the plot of the film. But he is certain in his belief that, of course, Doom is going to be in the trailers. So he says that. But then he adds the caveat, but you won't see his face. And he smiled big. So, my question is, how does John Campea know from the plot of the film that the marketing for the film, which he says he has no inside knowledge on, how does he know from the plot of the film that the marketing is not going to show Doom's face under the mask? How would knowing the plot of the film make him know that they'll, what they will and will not decide to show in the marketing? Well, because I think John knows that they do not show Doom's face in the movie. That is, until the very end in a big climactic reveal that catches all of our heroes off guard. And I think that John knows that that is how the movie ends, and therefore he correctly assumes that they won't be showing RDJ's face in the marketing because it's the big final stinger of the movie. Think about it. John, he has never claimed to know Marvel's marketing plan. He has only said that he knows the plot of the film. And his knowledge of the plot of the film has now led him to say with certainty that RDJ's face will not be shown in the trailers. So when you pair that with him saying that he's still not sure if Doom and Tony are variants, meaning it's not addressed in the movie, that leads me to believe that it's never addressed in the movie because no one ever notices that this Doom guy looks like Tony Stark because he's under the mask the whole time. Now, I think we could totally get some eerie moments where Steve and Thor, like, look at each other, this look of like, hey, you kind of picking up on something? Does he remind you of anyone? And we as the audience know who is under the mask, but I don't think Steve and Thor and all the others do until the very end. And I think that will be the twist ending of the film. And I put that in quotes because we'll all know it's RDJ, but they don't. And if the movie ends with Doom removing his mask just like he does on stage, just like he did on stage, like RDJ did on stage at Comic-Con when they revealed that he was back and playing Doom, if he does that same move and reveals, oh, this guy has the face of Tony Stark, and we see that our heroes are just like dumbfounded, and then the credits roll, then yeah, if that's what happens, then of course we'll still be left wondering, what are the implications of this reveal that Doctor Doom has Tony Stark's face? It will be the first time in the movie that their likeness is even acknowledged. And this just makes perfect sense, and it lines up with the comics because Doom hardly ever takes his mask off in the comics, like ever. So him keeping the mask on the whole movie, it makes perfect sense. But let me add to that, which comic does Doom famously go around with no mask? Secret Wars, when he heals his scarred face. And what's coming after Doomsday? Secret Wars. I am telling you, man, I think I fucking cracked it. Campia says that after knowing the entire plot of the movie, that he is still unsure. He is still 50-50 on whether or not Tony and Doom are variants, which tells me it doesn't come up at all in the movie. And if that's the case, and with adding to the fact that he says he is certain that you will not be seeing RDJ's face at all in the marketing, that just says to me that we don't see his face until the very end of the movie. And they're not going to put that in the marketing, of course. And it is never touched on in the movie, the variant status or anything like that, because it's a huge reveal at the very, very end. And it won't be like dove into until Secret Wars. And I think Marvel has had this plan in their back pocket for a while. I think it was always meant to be the cliffhanger ending of Kang Dynasty, this reveal of Doctor Doom having Tony's face. Because Kevin Feige and RDJ have been having this idea of RDJ coming back to play Doctor Doom for years now. They didn't just randomly come up with that idea when they decided to pivot from Kang to Doom. Yes, they moved things around and moved it up. It's happening sooner, but it has always been kicked. Kevin Feige has always been kicking that idea around. So has RDJ about this idea of him coming back as Doom. And when all that shit went down with Jonathan Majors and Kang not being received well, I think they said, fuck it. Let's, we've already got this in play. Let's just tell everyone that RDJ is back and he's playing Doom, and it can still be a twist in the movie for our characters to find out, and we can still have that big face reveal scene that we've been dreaming of for years. Damn. Okay. I need to go. I'm going over to my mom's to watch Stranger Things. Happy New Year, everyone. Let's see if I'm right. Bye.
Ask Colton! He has all the best takes in the world.